Is it time for recess yet? I'm so glad you found time to join us here on the Childcare Director's Chair, where Erica Sacoccio shares her best practices that she's refined through her passion of directing childcare centers over the last 23 years. From parenting interaction, systems to save you time, money, and stress, to profitability. She shares it all from the Childcare Director's Chair.
Hello and welcome to the Childcare Director's Chair. I'm your host, Erica Sacoccio, and today we're going to talk about the business side of childcare. And we're going to talk specifically about the term FTE. For those of you who are new to the industry, you may not know what that means. For those of you who've been around a while, you certainly know what it means, but we're going to talk about what it is and why you need to use it and understand it to run an effective program. The first thing is, if you're a parent or child care provider, FTE might mean different things to you. FTE stands for full-time equivalent or full-time enrollment. And this is a term commonly used in the child care industry to determine the number of full-time employees needed to provide care for a certain number of children. It also helps child care centers and parents alike manage their resources effectively. Using FTE in a child care program has numerous benefits. Firstly, it allows child care providers to accurately plan their staffing needs, which is certainly critical at a time like this when you don't have a lot of staffing to spare. Many of you are working with skeleton crews right now or a lot of new employees. So calculating the FTE ratio can determine how many full-time employees are required to meet the demands of the children you have enrolled. This ensures that there are enough child care providers to provide quality care for the attention that each child deserves. The other thing that you can use FTE for is it allows you to understand where you have openings and availability to have more revenue, which then allows you to hire more staff and have more resources to purchase supplies, equipment, and all of the things that you need to run a high-quality program. For parents, understanding FTE concept means that they can use that tool to assess the quality of care their child will receive. The higher FTE ratio indicates that there are more caregivers per child, which generally means more personalized attention and a safer environment. On the other hand, a lower FTE ratio may suggest that the center is understaffed, potentially compromising in the quality of care. One of the things that we do at our center, and I know it's not always feasible for everyone, is we have several layers of leadership on top of teachers who float. And so we have an owner, an assistant director, a director, an ed coordinator as buffers, so that way additional assistants can be had during periods of time that get really busy, like drop-off, pickup, nap time, snack time, water play, changing diapers, coverage in classrooms when needed. So we built that extra layer in daily. All of our staff typically have a 40-hour schedule, Monday through Friday. I know some centers do like the schedule changes and rotates and all of that. My staff can pretty much count on working Monday through Friday, either a 7 to 4 or an 8:30 to 5:30 every day of the week. Now, we are lucky that we are at full capacity, so we have the ability to do that on top of having additional layers of management. And I understand not everybody has that capability, but it really does help us have a great FTE at our program. It allows us to capitalize on maximizing all the spaces we have available, and then also making sure that we have adequate staffing to not only meet regulations, but exceed the standards when we need to have those additional people in the classrooms. So how to use FTE in a childcare program? Well, it's relatively simple. Childcare providers calculate the FTE ratio by dividing the number of hours worked by all employees by the standard number of hours worked by full-time employees, and this provides an accurate measure of how many full-time employees are needed to meet the child care center's requirements. So our program is open 12 hours in a day. Obviously, our staff only work 8, and we give them a 1-hour lunch break so that they are able to really kind of rejuvenate and come back refreshed and relaxed. So we really try to make sure that we use the FTE to have that extra coverage. But once the FTE ratio is determined, it can be used to make informed decisions about hiring additional staff, adjusting schedules when needed. For example, if a child care center has a high FTE ratio, they may consider hiring more employees to ensure that each child receives adequate care. Controversially, if the FTE ratio is low, they may need to redistribute staff and adjust schedules to maintain a safe, nurturing environment. So I know a lot of centers, if their counts are low on a particular day or have a lower enrollment, they may not have staff on the schedule. But when our counts are low, we will typically take the opportunity to give our staff planning time, preparation time, professional development time. Sometimes we take that opportunity to do our one-on-one meetings with the staff, or reviews, or just visiting classrooms, doing observations, giving additional assistance around changing out bulletin boards or additional work around portfolios. So that's one of the reasons why we decided to go ahead and continue to give everyone full time, even if our FTE doesn't necessarily require it. So in conclusion, FTE is a critical term in the childcare industry that helps provide teachers, program administrators, and parents with the information they need on staffing to make sure that quality of care for the children is in place. By understanding what FTE means and how to use it, you can make informed decisions regarding your childcare program, enrollment. It will help you with managing your wait list as you're able to see, what spaces you have available. If you have a child that comes 3 days, you're able to maybe take someone on the other 2 days. And that also helps you keep your staff employed full time. And it helps keep your center full. It helps keep the revenue flowing. And like I said, on those days and those times where the counts are low, take that opportunity to invest in your staff. Take that opportunity to invest in the program with giving people the extra time that is needed to provide a high quality program. So I hope that tip was helpful for you. If it was, we'd love to hear from you. Leave us a comment. Feel free to pop onto our Facebook page. Let us know what topics you'd like us to cover. If you love video, you can hop on over to our YouTube channel, same name, Childcare Director's Chair. Give us a subscribe there. But we really would love to interact with you. We really have created this channel for childcare directors and childcare owners on the day-to-day practices of what we need to know to run successful businesses. And again, we're in it just like you. No one is perfect. We all struggle. We all have challenges, and we're here to support each other. So if you believe in collaboration, we'd love to hear from you. Thank you again for tuning in to the Childcare Director's Chair. I'm your host, Erica Scocchio. Until tomorrow, have a great night.
Well, all the cute little kiddos have been picked up and it's time to go home. And that'll do it for another episode of the Childcare Director's Chair. Please leave a review so Erica knows the information is helping you to manage and improve your childcare centers. Remember to subscribe to get the latest episode from Erica's Childcare Director's Chair.